Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter, it only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising, today is a new day to start again. It is 4/1/2025. April Fool's Day. Don't have any jokes. I never really thought much about April other than April Fool's Day. It's golf, the Masters is a big time of year in my life. So that's kind of cool. I do like Masters Week. My buddy was talking about trying to put in for the lottery for 2026 because you have to do it. It's all random, but you need like $550 and you got to be able to. And I'm like, I don't even know what's going on next week. I can't tell you what I'm going to be doing in April of 2026. Easter is always big this time of year. I'm not really into the rituals. I do really identify with the rabbit, though, especially recently. So I feel better today. I went to work yesterday on my day off. I feel like doing that just in general makes me feel a little better. But, and I did see my commission, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm not trying to be negative. It's just been a kind of negative situation. I do have faith that what needs to happen will happen when it needs to happen. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. That's the best part of that song, is that you have that. When I say moment, and that's what's really made me get deeper into things, is a moment is all kinds of things. It's your life is one moment, but also every moment in between then, now and then. So basically, when you follow the way and you have this, it's not that things are I don't think that it's that it's already determined. I don't have that. It doesn't matter whether it is or not. There is natural law, so you can kind of figure out what's going to happen in where we are. But there are things that are outside of natural law that affect everything. I don't want to go off script. I tried to help a girl yesterday. I did what I do as a dad. She was telling me about a work situation, and I allowed her to tell the entire story and tried to maintain a good game face. And then I used some poignant questions to try to show her that really at the very beginning of the story, there was an action that she took that had an impact of everything that she said after that, and tried to dance on that moment. And she did not enjoy that. So I had to leave, though. And then I came back, and later that day, when I came in the room, I sat down and she was like, "You pissed me off earlier." And then she said, "I get it." And then she said she loved me. I thought that was pretty funny. And maybe that's just my life. You don't love me till I piss you off. That doesn't seem right. I know I can piss people off. I'm pretty good at that. And my ultimate goal is to spread love. So maybe just me pissing people off is what's going to spread love. The Lord works in mysterious ways. You know, my ex-wife said I was not. That was one of the things. I'm probably not the only guy, but the toilet and the peeing, you know, I could have been better about cleaning up that area. That should have just been my responsibility, and I should have made that a thing. But yeah, that's what I regret, is that I should have been more responsible about my peeing in the toilet in a household of girls. I got in a lot of trouble for that. Okay, so let's move on. I don't think that's the reason, but it definitely wasn't a good part of my what I was bringing to the situation. You can't be more negative than positive in someone's life. Like if you're more of a negative than a positive, get out. I did do yoga yesterday. Oh, I was gonna. My ending here was the Lord works in mysterious ways. That's me. I do think yoga is helping me a ton. I'm awful. I've had some nice moments where girls come over and like tell me what I'm doing wrong or help me. It's not really what I'm doing wrong. I think that's been a big problem in my life too. Is I take it as I'm doing something wrong, but they did it in a really nice way. But it's funny. I'm a clown in there really, but I'm trying, and it is helping like a lot. I'm breaking up things in my hips. I've learned something now where I set my feet up on the wall and I get my butt up as close to the wall as I can, because I'm going to get to where I can be what I'm supposed to be. So if I've done nothing else, I'm going to have good posture and alignment. And it's hard. It really hurts. And it's really, really demoralizing because you just feel like so what I've already discovered is that, I did get paint, and I got some stuff to do painting. Oh, and so listen, I don't know what I'm doing with this right here. I do like having rings. They're not impulsive. I do want rings. They're cheap. So that's a big part of it. And I did buy them when I thought I was called to, but I got obsidian and tiger's eye here. And I don't know. I'm trying it for now. I'm not going to wear it at work. I may wear it out a little bit. But for now, I feel like I've made a poor purchase. And then also I have that. I like to wear it. I thought I was going to wear jewelry, but I don't know whether it works or not. So I'm still working on the jewelry thing. I don't know whether I'm going to stay with it, but whatever. Where am I at? So obviously I'm really good at doing these YouTube videos because I have such a great response, and I've been doing, so many of them. So I'm obviously good at doing these videos, and then I'm really not that good at sales either. I haven't been a great employee. In my past, I wasn't a great boss, wasn't a great coworker. I wasn't a great son, and I have not been a good father. But I'm good at being David Michael Clark, I guess. I think staying out of the way maybe be my best personality characteristic, because I definitely have a personality. If you put me into a dynamic, the dynamic will change. I think that's with everybody, though. I don't want to be too self, but I do tend to have a big personality when I let it out. I vibe with a lot of different types of people. I do think I have an idea. I'm not supposed to bring up my ideas, but I think that everybody should find a discipline or a craft and devote into that craft. And I think I found one that I might be good at. And it's something that has a potential. So I have it. I'm starting to use this vision board. Anyways, I'd make a darn good politician probably if I wanted to be. I have some past, but I think my charm could overcome it. I don't really have that much of a past, but I really have no desire to do that at all. I could be a heck of a preacher if I wanted to really get underneath. I've talked about that before. Why don't I do that? I'm supposed to find a way to show the way with my life. That's what I'm called to do, and that's who I am. How did I get where I am today? I'm not going to keep it under 10. That's a long story. We're not going to go through that. I like to tell stories. Hit me with your best shot. Come on in, hit me with your best shots. I feel pretty strong. As my hip flexors get better and my shoulder and my neck seems to be tightening up from all the stuff that I'm doing. I need to drink more water. I know that. I probably should use some hot and cold. It's probably, I'm just guessing that some of what I'm doing is pushing it back up into my neck. So I need to release the tension from my neck. So maybe I'll Google that. That's just something I did on the fly there. If I had my vision board near me, I'd write Google. I also call that parking lotting. I think it's good to do that. As my body is, as I'm doing this yoga though, as I'm stretching and getting more flexible, what I have found is that my body is literally healing. So it's like, because I'm so tight, I'm creating the fountain of youth here. I'm also having to go through a lot of pain from past discomfort. Let's say I keep my routine going through as in April and I'm still procrastinating like I am and not doing the things I'm supposed to be doing, but I do the things that I have been doing by the end of April, just maintaining and not adding anything else. I think I might unlock some pretty amazing things, and there's potential for golf especially because there's a lot in golf with your hips. And I've had a lot of hip problems in golf. I think my tendency is actually to have weak hips in golf. So I think if I get stronger hips, I'm going to play a better game of golf. Have you ever heard the story about the tortoise and the hare? The shell and the pace of the tortoise, the turtle literally carries its shelter with it. And the rabbit, the hare, takes naps. They get to the same place. I am actually a rabbit. I think I am very rabbit-like. A very tight and non-flexible rabbit. So I can't imagine what my life's going to be like. Bodhi is thinking it's funny too. I'm down there starting to be cat-like and starting to stretch a lot more in my middle room. I was really doing that when I first started this, whatever you want to call it, this awakening journey. It really began with the Tao Te Ching, I've said before. And then in the very beginning of the Tao, it teaches about flexibility, that you really, just to make sense in life, if you want to live longer and live lasting, you need to be flexible more than strong. Actually, flexible leads to strength. So, and I found that that was very enlightening as I was going through my journey. But then I just got away from it. And so now I'm getting back into it, and I'm enjoying that. So I find it funny. I tend to slouch and get bad posture, like when I'm not doing well and sulking. So I have to always constantly remind myself to, align myself up. But my body, even though I slouch all the time, is very rigid. Like I have straight, long legs, and it's just hard for me to get to these places. But in my ligaments, because I've never really tried hard, because it was hard in the beginning, I think I do remember back in preschool, kindergarten days when we'd do stuff on the floor, and I think that was part of where I was a disgruntled student, was I didn't like to do any of that stuff because it hurt my feet. Like when I sat on the floor, when I first started doing the yoga, your feet, my feet, I couldn't even sit in places sometimes because they hurt so bad. But as you do it more and more, they get more comfortable. I think it's because your blood's getting to those areas and then you're working them out, obviously. So, I mean, none of this is rocket science. Rocket science. I'm so excited that I just can't hide it. I know, I want you, I want you. I have it ended like that. I didn't drink coffee during this whole episode. Bodhi's just sitting here. She's been staring at me the whole time. I don't know. She is a great cat. Anyways, I think that's the end. We can keep it under 15. So this is my second of my days off. It's really early in the morning again, really weird sleep patterns for me, but I'm excited about moving on for the day, and I've got some plans. But I did I get into the painting? I tried to paint, and it's really, it's the same thing that's happened every time I've tried to paint. So what I think I'm going to do is pick something that I want to paint simple, and I want to build my confidence. So I bought two portraits. So the first one I just was like, I want to just go into this and see what happens. And it's did whatever it always does, where I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is terrible. I suck. I'm never going to be good at this. But if I did that with yoga, I wouldn't get anywhere. So I do want to try it again. So I'm going to pick something simple, and I'm going to just paint it. Like I'm going to do a YouTube video of it because I had a friend suggest to do that. And so I am going to try to do that. That's my plan, and I guess that's it. So I hope everybody has a great day out there. I'm just trying to do my best in my current situation and take each moment one by one and do the best I can. And I hope everybody does the same. That's what I'm really trying to do with these videos and with my life in general. I make a lot of mistakes. I'm trying to make amends. Have a great day out there. Do great, be grateful.